Approvals are in place. Demolition is complete. Let's build your dream home. To start, we take possession of the site, set up site fencing, toilet, sediment control, and temporary services. Your job isn't over though. You need to ensure that your demolition company has abolished the old electrical meter. Once abolished, you can now chase Ausgrid for the NMI number so we can install temporary power to your site. This negates the need for generators, which can be noisy and upset your neighbours. For sites where we will be excavating close to the neighbours' footings, the engineer will also undertake a dilapidation report. Your site is now established and safe for all involved, and construction can start. Excavation is the first task to be completed, and this is when we encourage you to have your first site visit with your supervisor. Whilst you have already been in touch, it is great to put a face to the name. In many cases, this site visit is also necessary to fix off any provisional allowances for rock excavation or spoil removal in your tender. All visitors must check in using the QR code, and as a client, you can only attend site in the presence of your site supervisor. Due to health and safety regulations, no one can enter the site without approval from the site supervisor. We take this very seriously at Icon Homes, and as such, install security cameras on site to ensure the site is secure and safe for everyone. At Icon Homes, we believe that communication is essential to ensure the success of the build. Your supervisor will email you for an update every fortnight and are available over the phone for any questions. We also encourage site meetings so you can see your home come to life. We find that every 4 to 6 weeks works well, but our supervisors will work with you to find the right fit. There are several milestones that we require your input in on site, which we will outline for you. Now the excavation is completed, the slab is poured, which will be the foundation of your home. Prior to pouring the slab, we have the surveyor check the location of the formwork and therefore the slab. The structural engineer and private certifier also complete an inspection. After your slab is poured, you will receive your first invoice, and your first progress claim will need to be processed. From here, the carpenters erect the timber frame for the house. This is extremely exciting as the home really starts to take shape. Once your frames are completed, there is another progress claim. With the foundation and frame completed, we can start on the external skin of your home. We start with the brickwork and then we'll install the scaffold and complete the roof. This is a massive milestone as the major structural elements are now complete. Roof is on and it's time for the next progress claim. The last piece of the puzzle is to finish the cladding to the first floor, including painting. Our supervisor will then drop the scaffold and install the lower roof. The building is now enclosed and we can get started inside. The first task internally is to complete the rough-in of the services. This is the second time we require you on site, so we can go over the electrical and plumbing rough-in with you to ensure it is perfect. Please remember to sign in when you enter the site. At this point, an independent building inspector completes an inspection of the timber frame and all work completed to date. This acts as a triple check on top of an inspection from the private certifier, as well as Icon Homes' stringent internal quality assurance processes. We are committed to ensuring your home is completed to the highest standard possible. With everything in place, we will complete the internal linings. This is very exciting as you will really see the internal spaces take shape. Once the internal linings are completed, it's time for your next progress claim. Next, the waterproofers ensure the wet areas are ready for tiling. This is a crucial part of the process, and to ensure the membrane is perfect, the private certifier will inspect. Prior to tiling, we will require your input on site once again. It is important that we get the tile set out correct, and it never hurts to double check the correct tiles have been delivered. With the tiling completed, we will install the kitchen carcasses and the bathroom vanities. This is the next step for the next progress claim. The finish line is now in sight, and we will coordinate the remaining trades to complete all the finishing touches for your dream home. With the home completed and fit for occupation, your home has officially reached practical completion. You will meet with your supervisor to identify any remaining items to be rectified. It's now time for your final progress claim. At this point, to complement the inspections completed at frame stage, the independent building inspector and also the private certifier will inspect the home to ensure everything is perfect. Our supervisor will now complete any last remaining items identified either by yourself, the building inspector or the private certifier. The last piece of the puzzle is to obtain the occupation certificate for your new home. If your home is a CDC, our pre-construction team will already have this ready and you are good to go. If your home is a DA, there may be a couple of extra tasks to be completed. Depending on the local government area, you may be required to complete the landscaping prior to obtaining the OC. If this is the case, we will hand the site back to you for 3 weeks so your landscaper can complete everything required. Your landscape architect will sign off that the landscaping is as per the approved DA plans, and the private certifier will issue the OC. If on-site detention has been installed as part of the stormwater system, there is a complicated approval process that needs to be undertaken. There are a lot of factors affecting this process, and it is time-consuming. Your pre-construction administrator will explain these to you in detail. We have made it! Your dream home is complete, and it's time to move in.